Good afternoon. All right, so it looks like we're only missing one or two people. I'm going to talk now about on web pages. It's the code that runs the internet for us. It stands for hypertext. Tim Berners-Lee in 1993 was working at the CERN Energy Laboratory in Zurich, Switzerland, where he was interested in sharing documents with other researchers on high energy physics, and he wanted a more efficient way to distribute and circulate those documents. And he thought of a thing which he called the World Wide Web. It's a mistake to think he invented the internet. The internet was invented in the mid-1960s by researchers in California and Illinois, and it was invented because of the nuclear bomb. The internet was invented to make sure data could be distributed at different sites and not be lost in case there was a nuclear attack. At the time, of course, it was the height of the Cold War, and the fear was that the Russians, or in the mid-60s, it really was the Chinese, would send nuclear missiles to destroy the U.S. Still very much the fear prior to the fall of the wall and so on. So the idea was to be able to copy files in a computer network and share the files and data at different locations. So the 3 different locations that initially linked up was the University of California, of course thousands upon thousands of internet nodes, but really until the late 1970s, and in many ways until the early 1990s, the internet was primarily universities and also government facilities doing research. So in late 1993, the first website went online, which was, again, the CERN library in Switzerland, and many followed. And the first browser, remember the hypertext markup language was a language that told browsers how to language and to show data. And Mosaic, interestingly enough, became the source of the Mozilla browser, which is now still around as Firefox, one of the more popular used browsers. Later, Microsoft Corporation, of course, stole the design and much of the code and made their own browser, Internet Explorer, which is by far the most popularly used one. So Tim Berners-Lee, in some ways, one of the most important people of the 20th century for being the one really to invent the web. Himself soon gave up a direct role in authoring HTML. There's now a thing called the WWW. The World Wide Web Consortium that monitors the development and standards for HTML, adding new HTML tags, adding new ways of talking about what pages look like, and that's sort of the source for any understanding of what HTML is today. Large text is, or where text should appear on a page. It's not. I'm just going to turn this off so we can see the board. And that really wraps up my lecture.